Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martin Lucas Investor. This is the Snowflake earnings. The Snowflake earnings is coming up shortly. You are in the right place. A massive overreaction from those who do not understand the stock. It's a beat on earnings, and just before the announcement of the earnings, and it was before the announcement was publicly available, the stock dropped crazy. So as many feel that this is a buying opportunity. So what we're going to do is, if you've just tuned in, tap the subscribe button, that's appreciated. Tap the like button, that's also appreciated. We want to get 100 likes so YouTube will suggest this out to the world. Once we get 100, they suggest it out. Everybody on the extra channel, you can come and join me now on the main channel if you like. What we're going to do now, however, is we're going to do a poll. We're going to run a poll now. So I'm going to set this up during the live show, okay, to see if this is a buy, hold, or sell for you. All right, so here we go. Let me bring it up on the screen and you can see exactly what I'm doing in real terms. Here we go. So you can take part in our poll if you are a Snow investor. So SNOW, this is on my X account. I'll give you the link in a second. Snowflake earnings call, live, whoops-a-daisy, live now on YouTube. Okay. Join, we have the investors here. Join the, whoops-a-daisy, the investors. Why watch alone? I often ask that myself. Why watch alone? Okay. Here is the event. Let me put it here. How many people have we got right now? Let's have a quick refresh. We've got 16 coming in. Just people just starting to come in. All right. Why watch alone? There we go. And this is SNOW, Snowflake. And Martin Lucas Investor, my hashtag investor. Okay, there is that. We want to add the image. I like to use the Snowflake earnings. There we go. Add that to there. There you go. And post that. Now then, I'm also going to, I've got some friends on X and Instagram for Snowflake. So I'm going to quote them in my link here. Snowflake. There you go. Have we got the Snowflake investors? I don't think we have we? Let's say, I don't think I've got friends there. Snowflake, whoops-a-daisy, LAKA investors. I don't think we have. No, not really. No, just Snowflake. Okay, cool. Let me send that out. Snowflake is still dropping. Look at that. Everything about it so far is good, but people are dumping it. There you go. Let me see if it's a buy or hold or sell for you. You might want to vote. A lot of people take a lot of attention to this. Is this a buy, hold, or sell for you? We're going to learn all about the company in a minute. Please vote in X poll. Okay. Please vote in X poll. I'll give you the options. The options are buy, and you might want to then come back and see how the result turned out. Buy, hold, sell, or you just don't know. We like to give people that option in case they just don't know. All right. Otherwise, they don't know what to put. We don't want to skewer. We don't want to skewer it. Let's see who's already voted. I watch it tonight because I'm working. Harry Pitter just followed me. Thank you, Harry. Okay. Thanks for all the follows there. Let me drop this into. I'll give you the link in a minute. I just want to put it into our Facebook page and group. Let's see if I've got any friends there. Snowflake. Snowflakes. Snowflake. There we go. That one there. We'll put it on Threads and Instagram as well. I'll give you all these links if you want to share and take part in Instagram and all these places you can. This is where I have friends at the companies who give me information and I build my relationships up. For some reason, the last couple of days, Instagram hasn't worked. I can't work out why. Why isn't it working? I had this yesterday. Doesn't work, I just move on. I haven't got time for it. It doesn't benefit me at all. If it's not going to work, no, forget it. All right, don't worry about it. Instagram doesn't very rarely, well, it often doesn't actually work, but there you go. Let's put that there onto a group. By the way, congratulations on those that won the award on Facebook. I have competitions running all over the place. I have my most engaged member on Facebook page and group. We had 3 this week that were all top. Sent out a trophy. That was Greg Bennington, Jason Fallon, and Zachariah Savard. These are my top engagers on my Facebook pages and groups. So thanks to all of you guys. Really appreciate you enormously. Right, back to there. Whoa, we're getting a lot of votes. 23 votes already in. It's a buy. People like it. People like it. Dropping down. Let me scroll down. I just bought 6 shares when it dipped. Congratulations to you. I engage with all of my members wherever possible. Congrats, mate. Yeah, I think you got a good deal there. Congrats, mate. There you go. Fantastic. Well done for you. When one man's rubbish is another man's gold, right? Okay. Let's come back then. Let's come back. Let me just check a couple of things. We've got a little while before the earnings call starts. We're going to bring you the news in a moment. I've got a couple of new members trying to access Discord. Remember, Discord is only for it's only for YouTube subscribers, YouTube members or Discord subscribers. It's not available to anyone else. We're not trying to grow the biggest. We're trying to grow the best. So I message you back. This is what I'm doing right now. People that try to join my Discord group, a lot just try to troll it and send in bad information. We don't want that. I send you a message back. So there was one called Josie telling you how it works. All right? There's no point trying to sign up. We just don't. It's not available to anyone. It's only available to subscribers and members. All right? No one else. That way we don't have all the rubbish to deal with. Right. Okay, here we go. Members. That's dealt with. All right. Cool. Let me check my other things. The earnings call will start in a minute. We're a bit early. We always like to be early, so we're all fine. The extra channel's busy tonight. Hello, extra channelers. There's still a lot of you over there. Rick McGrath is a member of our extra channel. Rick McGrath. Rick, have you got sorted on Discord yet? I can see you in extra. Have you got your Discord link sorted out? Because I will upgrade you. I can't remember. Have I already done it? I know you're new because you got a green badge. Have I already done it? You get all the benefits on... Whoa, Snowflake falling. Let's do some analysis on Discord, on Snowflake in a second. There you go, Rick. I can't remember if I've upgraded you or not. Right, Snowflake. Okay, now then, we'd like to get this out to the world to learn about Snowflake tonight. So if you are joining us, here we go. We got 61 watching. If we get 100 likes, YouTube suggest it out. 61. And unfortunately, not everyone is signed into Google. So the most we can get is about 32. We're on 9. Let's refresh it. Tap the like button. So the 9 lit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're now on 12. The most we can get is 30. If we can get 30, that would be great. We'd like to get it suggested on YouTube so more people can learn about Snowflake. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 13. We'll come back to that. It's a little bit quiet. A little bit quiet tonight. Obviously, we have a lot of people in Asia. We have people that don't sign into Google, so we can't get them to engage with us. I see we do have some people in the chat tonight that may be from that part of the world, and they just can't engage. They're in the chat, but we can't get their engagement. All right. which is a shame because we can't learn from them and what they have to say. So please sign into Google. Power Always, thank you for your subscription, mate. Appreciate it. Let's have a look. Okay. Let's go through our poll. We are running a poll tonight. Just bought $1,000. Diageo Montero. Here is Diogo Montero. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Just bought $1,000 worth of Snowflake. Congratulations to you. You've just followed me, so thank you very much. Congrats to you. Good luck to you. Let's hope you do well. I send all my best to you. I want you to do well. That's absolutely great. It's a strong buying opportunity now, 56%. Sell, 26%. So 56% are saying out of 41 votes, it's a buying opportunity tonight. Let's go and have a look at Snowflake. You can see it's down. Let me go through and see if we've got any more information from Bloomberg. No. Let me look on Snowflake website. Let me have a look. Here we go. This is where we're going to do the earnings call. You can see the basic line chart, the advanced chart. You can see that huge selling candle. There is the numbers. We'll have a look at the valuations in a moment. Where are we? There you go. It beat on earnings, 16 cents. It did 18 cents. I think it was just they were hoping to do better. That's all. But it is returning. It's not where it used to be, but it is returning. This is where the earnings call will take place. The earnings call is in half an hour, so it won't start yet. We're just going to wait for this to begin. This is where it will begin. Now then, let me read all the comments and then let's do the news of Snowflake and we'll look at it. We'll look at it, shall we? Snowflake. So let me check. 1528. That's right. 418. Let me check my settings a minute because for some reason Seeking Alpha is giving me a different time zone. So let me check this. Account settings. I wonder if there's a time here. If anyone knows, just tell me. I'm just looking here.
Donald Fart has become a member on Extra.
Oh, no. Donald Fart has become a member on Extra. Well, you've got to behave yourself. If we start getting any trolling, then we'll just ban you. And we'll ban members. We don't mind banning members, all right? We don't want any bad behavior over there on the Extra channel. We will ban you. We don't care if you are a member or not. We appreciate your support, but we don't want any nonsense. General settings. So it must be just giving us Eastern time. It must just be an Eastern time thing. It does look like it is. I wanted to see if they would. Yeah, it does look as if. Okay, it looks like it is. So we're just going to remember that then. It's an Eastern time. So. Snowflake. Let's have a look. So we're just going to have to remember that this is always in Eastern time, isn't it? I wonder if there's a setting somewhere. I'll try and find out. Right. Okay. 307, Snowflake gap, Snowflake in charts, revenue retention rate. Okay, let's have a look at this. We'll open this up and we'll open this up. And we've got some Snowflake stuff here that we can go through. Okay, you ready? Okay, I've got some information why the stock is going down and where it might go. Okay, here we go. Okay, hold by. Okay, good. Okay, I've got some information for you. Let's read the comments, and I've got some immediate analysis. Thank you very much for just becoming a member. Tom just became a member. Bloody hell, look at all these new members. Flipping it. Member. Bloody hell. 98% of our viewers are members on our channel. Hello there. Hold, Smoky Fats. I watch this later. I'm working right now, Fight Channel. Okay, mate. Go look at the earnings presentation. We are covering the earnings presentation. The earnings presentation doesn't start yet. We've got 29 minutes. Hello all. How you doing? How are you? There's a massive fire outside by my jib. Oh dear, I'm sorry about that. Martin Lucas, before earnings, Snowflake is down 6.5%. Are we having Zoom meeting earnings call as well? Yes, we've got a presentation. All earnings, I present the call. Just profit taken before earnings, need to know their guidance. Exactly. The trolls have adapted to become members. We'll stop that. Don't worry. We'll stop that. Damn, market manipulation. Yeah. Well, not really. It's great. If you get a discount, buy it. I mean, if you see the value, right? Let me give you my reaction then. Okay, here we go. Snowflake. We've got 28 minutes before it starts, so I've got time to bring you all the information. Okay, so I'm going to give you my initial reaction on all of this, and you can take it as you like. So let me see how many people are with me. Okay. I wouldn't be concerned about this at all. It's opportunity, right? Oh, I love it. I love it. I want to bring this up. This is more important than Snowflake. Donald Fart, I love it. Martin, I apologize for earlier. All is forgotten, mate. Absolutely right. Absolutely great. No problem at all. We're here to support. Absolutely no issue at all. Donald, it's absolutely fine. Appreciate that. We're here to help, support. If anyone says anything negative, come back and say, sorry, let's move on. Let's forget it. We're not here to hold grudges. Great. You are a very welcome guest then. Donald says, Martin, I apologize for earlier. You're welcome. Please be a helpful, constructive member of the family. We can all make money together. Real investors making money. This is wonderful. Can everyone see that? Can everyone see that? Can everyone see that? Not only is he he's a member on the extra channel. It's very separate, Donald. The membership perks are separate. It's a completely different channel. But he says, Martin, I apologize, which I completely accept. That's absolutely wonderful. And you're very welcome. I joined Discord, sent you a friend request using Paravane. Paravane. Okay, let me go and search for you. He's also here as well. Donald, just understand that you understand your membership on the main channel is completely separate from the extra channel. The extra channel is only 99 cents. It's so you can chat 24 hours a day. You don't get the perks and benefits of the main channel. They are completely separate, just so you know. All right, but your apology is more than accepted. Good stuff, Donald. There you go. Look at this. Yes, bury the hatchet. Everyone loves it. Look at that. Welcome. What time are you presenting the Zoom call earnings today? Yes, Suama, it hasn't started yet. I never miss the earnings. The earnings comes up in 25 minutes. The earnings hasn't yet started. Don't worry, I never miss the earnings. You're in the right place. So I'm going to go over here and search for a new member who's just become on Discord. You're in the right place. Paravane. Here you go. Rick McGrath. I joined. Rick, are you a member on the main channel? Yes, you are. Rick McGrath. I see you on the main channel. Yes, you are a member on the main channel. So, and a member on Extra. So absolutely, you get all these benefits. Right. So your name is, we've got to give you a nickname, Rick McGrath. Just bear with me. Rick McGrath, to make sure I spell it correctly. There you go. Rick McGrath. Okay, let me go over to here. Let me add you as a member. On Discord, you can now get all the free scalp trading with Ed Nevius. Everybody will tell you what to do. There's the member badge. You can now see everything. Let me give you the nickname and Rick, so we all know it's you. McGrath. There you go. Save. They are Rick. You are now done. Okay. You can now see all the members only channels now. You can see Sensei Crypto Tips, Ed Nevius Scalp Trading down here. If you want to do links for YouTube, if there's stuff you want me to include on the show, make videos for you, crypto news, stock news, breakfast bar every morning, general chit chat, please keep it on in the right channel. You are all done. I believe you've sent me a friend request as well, Paravane. Let me have a look. Paravane, incoming friend request. I accept it. I only accept members. And there you go. The comment you saw from the video, all done. You know it's me. We are all done, mate. You've got all the benefits, the perks, and we are all ready to go. Let me delete that. And we are up to date. I think we just got another one. I don't think so. No, we're up to date. Great. Back to the earnings. Let me do my review before Zoom. Yes, I know what's going on with the earnings. Yes, it's not a Zoom call actually, but it's a presentation which I'll be showing you in a moment. Yeah. All good. Okay. Confirming I'm a YouTube member. Chipism. Chipism, yes, confirming you're a YouTube member. Chipism, if you want Discord, you are a YouTube member. If you want Discord, you need to be a member on the main channel. Just go into the main channel right now. Let me see you and give me your Discord username and I'll upgrade you right now. So Chisholm, thank you, Rick. You're very welcome. Chipism, if you go in the main channel now, I'll see you and I'll upgrade your account straight away. Would everybody please welcome our new member, Donald. He apologized for earlier. He's become a member on the extra channel and we'll start all over again. So we're all good. That's brilliant. Okay. I'm waiting for Chipism to come into the main channel and then I can see his membership and I can also see everything he's doing. Right. Okay. Let me get to it. Snowflake, AI applications for customers and partners. Awesome, Donald. Yeah, MK loves it. MSK loves it. One of our longest standing members, a 1-year badge. He loves it. Hi, Martin. Could I pay for Baidu tomorrow? Robbie Cooper. You have to be a member. You are. Are you too late? You're a bit late, but I will do it. It's a $5 super chat. If you want to book in the earnings for tomorrow morning, it's a $5 super chat. So you need another $3 and I'll do it for you. Let me make sure it's available. We've got 20 minutes before Snowflake starts. We're still watching it. Let me have a look. Baidu. B-I-D-U.
Robbie Cooper donated £2 through a super chat. Please can you do Baidu earnings pre-market tomorrow?
Let me have a look. It's available. 8 a.m. 8 p.m. China time. 8 a.m. 12 hours. China's 12 hours. There you go. Just learned something. 8 a.m. So it's 7 a.m. So it's 6:45 for 7 a.m. Central. So yes, I can do it. Yep. I can do it. So Robbie Cooper, if you give me a $3 super chat, it'll be $5. I will do it for you. Right.
Chippyism donated $3 New Zealand dollars and 49 cents through a super chat.
That's very nice of you, Chipism. You didn't need to do that. Thank you very much indeed. Right. I know you remember here. Right. Chipism. What is your username on Discord? What is your username on Discord so I can upgrade you? The Snowflake earnings is now 18 minutes away. So, Robbie Cooper, I'm waiting to hear from you. I need to hear from you now because I'm going to have to make a promotional video and set it up for the morning. This is a little bit late, but I will do it. I need to hear from you. It's a $3 more. It's $5 super chat, okay? Thank you, says Shah Santana. You're very welcome. Steve Wally, good afternoon. I'm here. Thank you. Welcome, Donald. Yes, everybody please welcome Donald. I love that. Now, this is an example, folks. You know, some of you say, let it go, yada, 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 yada. This is why I talk to all of the members. Not only have we got a new member, we've got a new friend. We can learn stuff from Donald, hopefully. And that's the point. He said, sorry, let's move on. Don't you just, I mean, that's why we talk to everyone, why we're not a YouTuber, why we don't make videos and ignore people. Everyone gets answered. And that is why I do it right there. Okay, so Chipism, I'm waiting for your username, please, on Discord.
Robbie Cooper donated £2.50 through a super chat. Here
Right.
you go for Bidou.
Bidou, here we go. Bidou for the morning. August 22. August 22. So it was 6:45. I thought I'd done with earnings. Bloody hell. 6:45 for 7. B-I-D-U. Bidou. How do you do? Bidou. All right. This one here. Preview earnings. It's called Baidu. You said B-I, correct. Baidu. Yes, tomorrow morning. Okay. Snowflake. Let's come back to that. That's now booked in. Okay. Chipism, please give me your username on Discord. Hang on, where are you? Okay, here we go. Now then, let me go and search for Discord. I'll come right back to you, Robbie. Earnings just 60 minutes away. Oh, I'm a bit knackered now. Oh, God. Mark D. There is Mark D. Mark D. 0298. There you go. He is a premium member on Discord. He's got his name in green. See this? Look. He's got a heart of gold. This is one of our premium members on Discord. This is royalty. Chipism is royalty in Discord. He's not only a YouTube member, he's a Discord server premium customer too. He is a premium customer. Royalty. His name's in green for money, and he's got a heart of gold icon when you see him around the server. So, roles, member. So, if you send me a friend request, Mark D, I will accept it. Oh, I think you may have done. Is this a friend request? Yes, we're friends. Yeah, we are friends. Confirm. So, all done. All done. Done. Okay, we're all done. Delete, done, finished. You can see everything. You've got access to everything. You are a top member. There you go. You are royalty on our channel when anyone sees you around the place. Right. Okay, thank you ever so much, Mark. Chipism, you're all done. Oh, I forgot your name. Chippyism. Hang on. I've got to do this. Change nickname. Chippyism. There you go. Save. You're very welcome. You're just saying thank you so much. You're very welcome. Okay. Amazing earning from Snowflake. Great opportunity. Yeah, I agree. We're going to cover it in a minute. Great earning from Snowflake. Why is it falling off? Will it rise back? I think Martin doesn't like me. I haven't gotten a review yet. Or a song. Smoky Fats. Everyone gets a song on their birthday. Everybody. Everyone, when they become a member, gets a free song on the channel. Everyone gets a free review on members' days. Or you can do a $1 super chat and you can book it in and you'll be on the list. Someone asked me, how do you become a member? Hi from New Zealand. Can everybody please welcome our latest member in? Have we got New Zealand on the list? Yes, we do. These are all our countries, by the way. Do you believe NVIDIA and game is disappointing? No. The earnings is going to be good. Thank you for the welcome. Will Snowflake bounce back? We're going to discuss this in a moment. Right. Robbie Cooper. Okay. I've got to do this now. If I don't do this now, this is a promo for the morning. Can I do a super chat for no earnings on my birthday? Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. You absolutely can.
Donated £1 through a super chat.
You absolutely can. Thank you very much, Donald. If you want to... did that read it out? Did that read the name out? Donald Farr. I want to play that again. I want to play that again. You absolutely can.
Donald Fart donated £1 through a super chat.
Yeah, it reads it out. It does. It reads it out. I didn't know if it read it out or not. Okay, so let's do this quickly. No. It's $5. He's paying in pounds. So he's paid $5. He's paying in pounds. He's absolutely right. So.
Donald Fart donated £1 through a super chat.
It's going to keep playing it now, right? Okay. That's because I did the repeat. Okay, let me stand by. We've got 11 minutes to go before the earnings. Let's get ready. Smoky Fats, you said you've never got a review. Only because we got delayed because of earnings. Is that what it is? Let's have a look. Smoky Fats, $4. So it's not 40, it's $4. FULC, yes, I have you on the list here. You are on the list. You are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You are 9 down on the list. You asked for FULC. So not forgotten, just because of earnings. Right, let me do this quickly. No more requests, no more anything, please. I've got to focus, otherwise people get left behind. 33. Breaking news here on Martin Lucas Investor, ticker symbol BIDU. Baidu earnings in the morning. It's just been requested by one of our members, Robbie Cooper. If you are a member of our channel and you do a $5 super chat, in his case he did pounds, works out exactly the same, we will cover the earnings for you. Earnings season had finished and I thought I was done with it. But one of my members said, no, I want to know about Baidu in the morning. So before the main show tomorrow morning, 6:45 Central, starting at 7 a.m., join us, followed by the opening bell. We often rank number 1 in the world for our stock. So not only do you get this promotional video, but you get the live earnings with the webcast, all provided for you live on the show with live analysis, Q&A, phone-ins, whatever you need. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. And over here, I shall put the event. Right here is the event. That will be posted here later. I'm making this live, so everyone's going, I don't see anything. You will see it when the video comes out after the earnings tonight. And down here, something else you'll find equally amazing. In fact, I'll tell you what it will be. It will be the Baidu playlist. I will create a playlist so you can follow all the updates updated information, including Sensei. Will probably do a chart for you on Sunday if you ask him to. Join us for the Baidu earnings in the morning. Take care of yourselves and each other. It's been a really busy day, right? Oh my God. So ridiculously busy. I need to take a break. I'm getting too old for this. Just check snow. Yes, we're covering snow. So smoky fats. You now know what's going on, right? Martin, speaking of NVIDIA, what's your opinion on Intel? Just curious. I've never paid much attention to Intel, but I'm not that impressed with it. I'm not as impressed with Intel. I don't think it has the monopoly or like it used to have. I haven't done any research for a long time, so I don't know. But for me, it's just NVIDIA. I mean, one thing you need to remember with NVIDIA, people often say how expensive it is. If you look at the forward earnings, it's only 21 times earnings. So actually, I know this sounds crazy, but NVIDIA is still cheap because you can overpay 25% for a high growth stock, right? It's 21 times earnings. 21 times earnings when you consider that's the forward earnings. So actually, there's nothing to compete with it. There's nothing better than buying NVIDIA, which is why I'm all in on the S&P. 6.5% or whatever is Snowflake, is NVIDIA. Right, okay, focus. 8 minutes to go. 8 minutes to go. So let's cover this now. We're about to do it. Snowflake, snowflake, snowflake. Here we go. Snowflake is minutes ago. Breaking news here on Martin Lucas Investor, Snowflake earnings. I'm making this 7 minutes before the earnings call begin. We had a massive overreaction today, a sell-off. Let me give you the news. Let me show you the information. You can see how much it sold off right there. If we scroll on down and keep on scrolling, we've still got a strong buy. If we look all the way down here, you'll see we're now getting some buybacks. If we go down here and you'll see we actually beat earnings by a reasonable amount, actually 18 cents over 16 cents. I'll just share that with you on the screen. But nevertheless, it's gone down. Is this a buying opportunity? Well, we're about to hear from the earnings. So click above my head down below in the description. You can listen to the earnings. We're covering it live now, but later on there'll be an enhanced audio version of it from my show and you'll be able to listen to it. But this is the news right now, as we are just moments to go before the presentation begins. Snow, EPS of 18 beats by 2 cents, revenue of 868.82 million beats 18.67 million. I've got 2 bits of information for you, so stand by. Product revenue of 829 million in the second quarter, representing a 30-year-over-year growth. Net revenue retention rate of 127%. 510 customers with trailing 12-month product revenue greater than 1 million. 736 Forbes Global 2000 customers. Remaining performance obligations of 5.2 billion, representing a 48% year-over-year growth. Does this sound like a company to be dumped to you? Doesn't sound like it to me. Authorize the repurchase of additional 2.5 billion under our stock repurchase program. Now that shouldn't come as a surprise to you, because over the weekend I put out a short on my channel telling everybody I was on the phone for 2 hours over the weekend talking to CEOs. I must have called and spoke to about 12 on my X, on the phone, Instagram, whatever, of CEOs instructing emergency buybacks because the economy is good. We've seen great numbers today coming in. We've got interest rates coming down. Inflation's below 2%. The S&P is going to triple by the end of the decade. A lot of CEOs now are instructing, and I know because I speak to them through my social media. You can follow all my social media. All the links are below. And I put that out over the weekend and told you that. So this is no surprise. We're seeing buybacks everywhere. Outlook, product revenue, 3.356 million. Operating income margin, 3%. Adjusted free cash flow, 26%. Does this look bad to you? Doesn't look bad to me. What about in the chart revenue retention rate? continues to inch lower. Customers count crosses 10x in FQ2. If you want access to all of the information that I'm seeing here on Seeking Alpha Pro, everyone who watches my show right now, and you can't get this without my referral link from anywhere, you get a 25% discount and you get a 7-day trial. You don't get that with anyone. If you just go onto it, you won't get it. If you want Alpha Spread, you can get a 10% discount and a free plan as well. There you go. My links are there for you. Product revenue in millions, as you can see, it's moving up. We've just got the numbers here consistently going up. Product revenues going up. Net revenue retention rate just dropping down slightly, 127%. What else could we just show you? Customers moving up. As you can see, more customers moving up. Customers with over 1 million product revenue also moving up. Very, very good. Now we're just 2 minutes away from the earnings, so I'm going to end this brief analysis. I'm just going to share with you, as I might have literally 1 more minute to go. Let me share with you this visual. This is what you can get with my Seeking Alpha platform. Everyone can use this for free. I like this. It's very visual. Very, very visual. It's very simple to understand. Revenue going up. I wouldn't call it an S-curve, but moving in the right direction. Operating income also going up. Net income going up. Operating cash flow moving up. Just zooming in. I've only got like 2 minutes to go, so I'm being very, very quick about this. 7.3 billion in assets. They got 3.5 billion in cash. What are the liabilities? The liabilities are no short-term debt, no long-term debt, so no catalyst from rates coming down. There's that side of it. But a good balance sheet. I'm pretty sure, and I can't see until you see, this will be a good balance sheet. I like that. Gross margin, 68%. How does it compare to the competition? You can check the competition. There it is. I'll give you the link in a minute. 72% solvency score. Very good. Very good balance sheet going nowhere. Profitability increasing 42%. I like it. Wall Street target 46% upside. On the best case scenario, 83%. Worst case scenario, 22% down. I can live with that valuation. What about short interest? Only 3.9%. Nothing to worry about. If you want the competition, use my software. You can click on all of this and you can see who the competition is. Right, we've run out of time. I'm going to get right back to Snowflake. We've got 1 minute to go before the call starts. If you like the way that software works, in the chat, you can see my Alpha Spread. All my members can get that for free, or you can use the premium plan and you get a discount, which basically makes my membership for free. It's that good. Or you can also have Seeking Alpha, free trial, $25 off. I always make sure that my members get the best deals everywhere. Otherwise, no affiliate links here. It's not about me. I don't need the money. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to sell videos. I'm here because I want to provide the best live streaming service in the world. That's what my aim is. So here we go. We're now going over to the earnings. So if you watched all of that, thank you very much. Click above my head, down below in the description. Over here, I'll put the earnings. Over here, I'll put the playlist for Snowflake. Until next time, as always, we're about to start the earnings. Check it out later on. Take care of yourselves and each other. All right, that will go out as its own video in a moment. Here we go with the earnings. Let's get ready to rock and roll. There is the basic line chart. There is the advanced chart. There is the price. And here is the call. There it is. There it is. Let me refresh the screen. We've got 1 minute to go. There it is. Okay, here we go. Snowflake earnings. If we get 100 likes, YouTube will share this out to more people. Please do tap the like button. How many are watching? We've got 18 people on the extra channel, 12 hours a day live. We've got 97 watching. We've got 13 likes. Tap the like button. Come on, everybody. This is rubbish. Let's get 100. This is an opportunity tonight. We want the world to know. Here we go.
In fiscal year 2025 earnings call. My name is Cole, and I'll be the moderator for today's call. All lines will be muted during the presentation portion.
Please tap the like. Let's get 100 likes on this video.
At the end. I'd now like to pass the call over to Jimmy Sexton, Head of Investor Relations. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on
Snowflake poll on X.
2025 earnings call.
Please
Joining
vote.
me on the call today is Sridhar Ramaswamy,
Snowflake,
our Chief
see this.
Executive Officer, Mike Scarpelli, our Chief Financial Officer, and Christian Kleinerman, our Executive Vice President of Product,
59% buy.
in the Q&A session.
Click on this
During
and
today's
vote.
call, we will review
Snowflake,
our financial
all the
results for
companies
second
see
quarter
these
fiscal
polls.
2025 and discuss our guidance for the third quarter and full year fiscal 2025. During today's call, we will make forward-looking statements, including statements related to our business operations and financial performance. These statements are subject to risks and uncertainties, which could cause them to differ materially from our actual results. Information concerning these risks and uncertainties is available in our earnings press release, our most recent Forms 10-K and 10-Q, and our other SEC reports. All our statements are made as of today.
41 likes. Come on, guys, tap the like button. Let's get 100 to share it out.
We assume
There's
no
108
obligation
watching.
to update any such statements. During today's call, we will also discuss certain non-GAAP financial measures. See our investor presentation for a reconciliation of GAAP to non-GAAP measures and business metric definitions, including adoption. The earnings press release and investor presentation are available on our website at investors.snowflake.com. A replay of today's call will also be posted on the website. With that, I would now like to turn the call over to Sridhar.
Thanks,
All-time
Jimmy.
high.
And hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. As you've seen by now, we had another strong quarter, beating guidance and increasing our FY25 product revenue expectations. I'm really proud of the team and how we accelerated our innovation pipeline. And our product delivery momentum continues to be really strong. In the first half of this year alone, we brought as much product to market as we did all of last year. We're making Snowflake the best cloud for computation, collaboration, and applications on all data, and we are leveraging the power of AI to make all of these easier to create, maintain, and use. This is what our team is aligned around, and I can tell you, our customers are adopting our new capabilities at an incredible pace. As I said last quarter, I have three key areas I'm personally focused on: listening to and learning from our customers, fueling innovation and product delivery, driving execution and alignment within our go-to-market teams. And in Q2, we delivered on all fronts, which you can see in our results. Product revenue for the quarter was $829 million, up 30% year over year. Remaining performance obligations totaled $5.2 billion, with year-over-year growth accelerating to 48%. Given the strong quarter, we are increasing our product revenue outlook for the year. Companies like Capital One, NBCU, Petco, Pfizer, Snapchat, and Western Union are all relying on Snowflake to help them fuel their businesses.
I wouldn't
I'm
mention
really
Snapchat.
encouraged by the strength of our core business
That's rubbish.
and the rapid progress we have made on the AI front. I'm very optimistic about where we are going and the opportunities we have in front of us to deliver for our customers. In fact, the more I'm with our customers, the more I appreciate just how critical we are to their business and how much they're counting on us to be their trusted advisor in their AI data journey. Nothing brings to life how strong and trusted a relationship is than when you go through challenges together. We obviously had some rough headlines in the quarter as some of our customers dealt with a cybersecurity threat. As extensively reported, the issue wasn't on the Snowflake side. After multiple investigations by internal and external cybersecurity experts, we found no evidence that our platform was breached or compromised. However, we understand that when it comes to cybersecurity, we are all in it together. My one ask of all businesses around the world, whether they are a Snowflake customer or not, is to enable and enforce multi-factor authentication in your organization and ensure that you have network policies are as strong as possible. Two things we at Snowflake have supported since 2016. There were a lot of bright spots in the quarter, none more than the time I spent with over 100 customers, many of them on my travels to the UK, Germany, Canada, and across the US, and of course, at Snowflake Summit in June. The affinity for our product is incredible, and the consistent theme I hear from the C-suite across industries and geographies is that Snowflake is delivering ease, efficiency, and reliability to their business. And so much of this came to life at Snowflake Summit. We had 15,000 on-site attendees, up 28% year on year, with customers and partners from around the world. We hosted our first ever Developers Day with over 3,000 attendees. The energy was simply incredible. And if you were there, you experienced a lot of our innovation and product momentum, where we brought to life Cortex AI and announced Iceberg being generally available, both of which have gained a lot of traction already with customers. Penske Logistics, a leading provider of transportation and warehousing solutions, has developed a variety of innovative use cases involving Cortex AI. In one example, Penske plans to use Cortex to consume various performance metrics related to its transportation business. Cortex analyses will help provide feedback to Penske's operations managers with the goal of improving performance and enhancing truck driver retention. Also, one of the largest financial services companies is using Cortex AI to analyze unstructured text data, running sentiment analysis on call center transcripts to improve their customer support experience. Twilio's Segments Reverse ETL integrates with Snowflake's Cortex AI and enables Twilio customers to derive insight from their unstructured data to improve the customer journey. And Iceberg is providing one of the largest consumer services and hospitality companies with a more flexible and interoperable deployment model, enabling them to accelerate their migration to the cloud. Iceberg is enabling us to play offense and address a larger data footprint. Many of our largest customers have indicated they will now leverage Snowflake for more of their workloads as a result of this functionality. More than 400 accounts are using Iceberg as of the end of Q2. I told you last quarter that product delivery is one of our highest priorities. And in Q2, we made nine net new product announcements and brought more than 15 product capabilities to general availability to the market. That's what we call progress. We're also seeing broad adoption of our products across our customer base. As of the end of Q2, more than 2,500 accounts were using Snowflake AI on a weekly basis. We expect this adoption to continue to increase and revenue contribution to follow. Our notebooks offering is also seeing great traction in public preview with more than 1,600 accounts using that feature. This is critical to engage with data scientists and will unlock new opportunities that we previously did not address. We are in the early innings of this opportunity and will continue to bring new features to market. Cortex Search and Cortex Analyst are expected to be generally available in Q3. We are continuing to responsibly invest in AI and machine learning to deliver enterprise AI that is easy, efficient, and most of all, trusted. It's great to have so much momentum on the product front. It's fueling our incredible go-to-market team, which, as you know, is one of our biggest advantages. To wrap things up, our innovation engine and product delivery are in overdrive. The combination of our platform and the network effect of collaboration, as well as the innovation we are working on in AI, is Snowflake's future and creates a huge opportunity ahead. We have a lot of work to do, but it's in our hands to deliver and take advantage of it. Mike, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Sridhar. Q2 product revenue grew 30% year over year, totaling $829 million. Financial services and technology verticals drove growth in the quarter. We continue to see signs of a stable optimization environment. Our largest customers are contributing sequential product revenue growth in line with historical patterns. We delivered strong bookings in the quarter. RPO grew 48% year on year to reach more than $5.2 billion. We signed 2 nine-figure deals in the quarter. Earlier this year, we announced FY25 sales incentives that would prioritize consumption and new customer acquisitions. In order to drive consumption, sales reps prosecute new use cases.
Please vote on X.
And sell new product features.
Big
we
poll
believe
going
this
on
focus
X.
will
Is it a
convert
buy?
into meaningful revenue over time. Our new customer acquisition motion is ramping. We expect it to have a more material impact in FY26. In Q2, non-GAAP product gross margin of 76% was down slightly year over year. As mentioned on our prior call, we are incurring GPU-related costs in order to fulfill customer demand for our newer product features. Non-GAAP operating margin of 5% exceeded our guidance, benefiting from revenue outperformance. As expected, non-GAAP operating margin is down year-on-year as a result of R&D and go-to-market investments. Our non-GAAP adjusted free cash flow margin was 8%. We continue to see approximately 80% of our customers paying annually in advance. We ended the quarter with $3.9 billion in cash equivalents, short-term and long-term investments. In Q2, we used $400 million to repurchase 3 million shares. From our original $2 billion repurchase plan, we have $492 million remaining through March 2025. Our board of directors authorized the repurchase of an additional $2.5 billion under our stock repurchase program through March 2027. This allows us to use our cash balance and expected free cash flow to manage dilution over this period. Our share count guidance does not include the impact from the stock repurchase. Now, let's turn to our outlook. We forecast product revenue based on observed behavior. Our FY25 guidance includes contribution from Snowpark, as previously stated. Our guidance does not include material contribution from the newer product features. Our forecast does include revenue headwinds associated with performance improvements. For Q3, we expect product revenue between $850 and $855 million. We are increasing our FY25 product revenue guidance. We now expect full-year product revenue of approximately $3.356 billion, representing 26% year-over-year growth. Turning to margins, for Q3, we expect 3% non-GAAP operating margin. We are maintaining full-year margin guidance. For FY25, we expect approximately 75% non-GAAP product margin, 3% non-GAAP operating margin, and 26% non-GAAP adjusted free cash flow margin. With that, operator, you can now open up the line for questions.
Interesting. Please tap the like button and
Great. If you'd like to queue for a question,
consider
you can
subscribing
do
to
so
the channel.
by pressing star 1. And if for any reason you'd like to remove your question, you can press star 2. Again, it is star 1.
If you want to call into the show, you can
queue.
call in at the end. You could be live on the show.
question is
Have your
from
say.
Keith Weiss with Morgan Stanley. Your line is now open.
Excellent. Thank you guys for taking the question, and congratulations on a solid quarter. Really good to hear about the optimization starting to normalize. You guys are, it seems to be settling into just about like a 30% product revenue growth rate over the past couple of quarters. There was a lot of concerns coming into this quarter about impacts from iceberg tables. There was concerns that accrued during the quarter about the data leakage. That wasn't your fault, but it definitely was a marketing headwind. There was concern about the CrowdStrike cybersecurity incident maybe impacting consumption. Were any of these outsized impacts, were any of these additional impacts on the consumption in the quarter versus what you guys were expecting when you originally gave us the guide?
I would say the cybersecurity incident with Snowflake really had no impact on us at all from a consumption standpoint. And the CrowdStrike outage was minimal. It was a day with a few customers, but nothing of any substance, and it never really impacted us itself. And our production does not rely on Microsoft for that, so we didn't have.
Got it. And then was iceberg tables in line with your expectations?
Iceberg tables is rolling out. As we said, we have about 400 customers that are using it. We haven't seen customers move storage out of Snowflake, but we're seeing a lot of our customers. We mentioned 400 that we know of that are actually using Iceberg with new workloads. They're trying that out, and we're very pleased with the progress we're seeing there. Storage is still running about 11% of our revenue.
Got it. That's super helpful. Thank you, Mike.
Our next question is from Raimo Lenschow with Barclays. Your line is now open.
Perfect. Thank you. Two quick questions. Mike, the gross margins this quarter were better than what a lot of people have modeled. Can you speak to some of the factors for that? And then, Sridhar, for you, like in around the Iceberg ecosystem, there was a lot of change this quarter with the Tabular acquisition by someone else. What do you see in terms of attracting talent to drive the roadmap forward there? Like, how is your positioning in that Iceberg ecosystem evolving? Thank you.
Yeah, on the margin side, the margins were slightly better than what we had forecast internally, but it doesn't change the guide that we've given 75% for the year. Part of that is we're still waiting in some deployments for GPUs that around the world that we don't have yet that we were anticipating would have come in this quarter. That's really on the margin side, the gross margin side.
And then on the Iceberg side, it's important to understand that the acquisition of Tabular, the company, has no impact on the Iceberg project, which is an Apache open source project. This has contributors and program committee members from a number of cloud companies, the hyperscalers, yes, but also other companies. And we also have members within Snowflake. So we very much intend for this to be an industry standard that we take a pretty significant role in shaping. And so from that perspective, we actually feel that the Tabular acquisition in many ways is a vindication of our strategy to bet on Iceberg, because that was the format that was truly interoperable. Hopefully this is the end of the Betamax wars and everybody centering around the one format that has broad support. And as I said, we will continue to be a key player in this ecosystem to ensure that the format truly serves everybody and moves the industry forward.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Well done.
Our next question is from Mark Murphy with JP Morgan. Your line is now open.
Thank you very much. I'll add my congrats. Mike, you mentioned a couple of nine-figure deals in the quarter. I'm curious if those are renewals with expansion or perhaps if they're related to anything else. For instance, Iceberg tables unlocking, new business where companies want to tap into some larger data sources that are in an open format, or just whether there's anything else to call out on the nine-figure deals. And I have a quick follow-up.
Those were existing customers. You're never going to see, I never want to say never, but it's highly unlikely you're going to see a nine-figure deal from a net new customer. But those are really as part of the renewal process, but expansion in both of those customers as they're looking to do more. I can't specifically say that Iceberg on either of those that I'm seeing, but they both plan on doing more with Snowflake.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. And then as a follow-up, as we start to think, forward into the next fiscal year, I think we're trying to balance out the large slate of products that recently reached GA that you mentioned, Sridhar, and might start to contribute. Then on the other side of the ledger, potential for any discrete headwinds from hardware and software improvements that you pass along. Storage compression. In the past, you had auto warehouse sizing. Any high-level thoughts on Sridhar on how to pencil that out in terms of new products, ramping, and then on the other side, some of those improvements?
I'll start the answer, and Christian and Mike should chime in. First of all, we obviously can't say anything about next year. It is next year. But wherever possible, where we have indication about how new products are going to perform, we certainly tell you about it. We have given guidance, for example, about what Snowpark is going to do this year. And then similarly, with the AI products, as I said, we are seeing broad adoption, and we expect that it will begin to contribute materially to revenue next year. With respect to performance optimizations, I would say that's more of an ongoing thing. We have talked to you about the things that we have on tap for this year. It is important to understand that these optimizations turn into massive cost savings for our customers and make the core product strong. And that it's really important that our teams continue to do that because that's what protects our overall base. Christian?
I would just emphasize that our leadership position on price performance continues to be a priority for all of us. And at this point, you've seen several years of us continuing to innovate, but also deliver growth and additional use from our customers.
Thank you.
We have a question from Kirk Materne with Evercore. Your line is now open.
Yeah, thanks. Just two really quick ones. Sridhar, obviously, a lot of your partners and customers at the Summit event talked about, the excitement around some of these newer products like Cortex and Snowpark. But one of the refrain was, we just need better maps to understand how to use them. And I think from an industry perspective, it came up a lot too. So I'm kind of curious, where do you think you are in your product or your product so that they can understand the ROI?
Apologies for the audio quality.
Hey, Kurt, your line is breaking up and we can't really hear you.
Is that any better?
Getting a really bad echo, and it's hard to hear you.
I'll stop here. Thanks.
Okay, we'll go to the next
We have a question
Kurt, if you got a better
from
line,
Kash
call back in.
Rangan with Goldman. Your line is now open.
Hey, thank you, guys. So one for you, Sridhar, one for you, Mike. Sridhar, when you look at the product portfolio, so clearly initiative is to get these services out in quick cadence. I think you pointed out the net new 8 or 9 services. But what are the conversations with customers like when they are discussing these services with you? What is your take on where are we going to be a year out with the consumption profile of an average Snowflake customer, kind of this, I think on average? How do you see that mix changing between the core, if you want to just bluntly call it, warehousing related revenues versus unstructured data? What are we going to call it? Cortex, AI, and the other emerging buckets. How does that mix change for customers as they start to appreciate the net new products you have coming out? And one for you, Mike. You said that the Salesforce compensation tilt towards consumption is still in its early days, but you also intimated that in fiscal 26, we could start to see the fruit of all this. So help us understand what you mean by that, and what are the KPIs that you'd be internally monitoring to inform you and therefore us that tilt towards getting more consumption within your customers is actually working to your advantage. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kash. On the product side, I would say that our customers go through a journey, typically starting with a desire to have a really good data platform that gives visibility. They end up adopting different architectures, but often the enterprise's most like pristine, cleaned data, the gold layer, so to say, is the one that's put into Snowflake. And there are lots of customers that have standardized on Snowflake as that key data backplane. Next, usually there is a leaning towards collaboration because all companies exist in the context of an ecosystem. They have partners, they have customers, and collaboration of various kinds, certainly starting with data sharing, becomes the key next thing that they adopt broadly. And you've often heard Christian talk about things like stable edges, which is a metric that we track because it creates value, and it obviously also creates a network effect. Our overall strategy at Snowflake is to make sure that all of the sort of data workloads that a company has is satisfied by Snowflake. And this is where things like data engineering, which you have played a pretty significant role in for a while, has been an investment for us. And this is where things like Iceberg become pretty key because all of a sudden, the universe of data that can be acted upon by Snowflake goes through a large expansion precisely because not all data needs to be ingested into Snowflake before things happen. I would say AI is a little unusual in this front because of obviously the industry excitement around it. But we approach it very much from a viewpoint that I think this was part of the previous question of how do we go about creating utility to our customers. We just don't go in and say, use AI. We talk about, how it can be used to derive much better insights or unstructured information. For example, by using an LLM function for doing data transformation like sentiment detection, and easier access to data, whether it is with a chatbot or text docs, or using something like Analyst to give a business user access to structured data. Those tend to be the follow-on applications. And really, we feel comfortable enough to be able to be investing in these in parallel and driving revenue growth. I would say it's too early to talk about X% for this versus Y% for that. Our goal is to be relevant. And for me, relevance is lots and lots of our customers, thousands of customers using our products and driving meaningful, 9, 10-digit revenue for us.
Yeah, and on Cash, on your question for me on the sales comp changes, what I was meaning by that is, we really bifurcated our sales force into the acquisition reps. And those customers that are landing today, we really have them focused on trying to land the right type of customer that can grow. We think they will have a meaningful impact on revenue next year with those new ones. And then also the new muscle that we've been building in the sales organization where the reps are just being paid on consumption is what is driving them. And it's really the growth within customers' consumption. It's a new muscle for them to learn how to go and find and help forecast new workloads coming online. And that muscle they're developing, we see is going to have a really positive impact in 2026 for us.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We have a question from Karl Keirstead with UBS. Your line is now open.
Okay, great. Hey, Mike, I'd love to just ask you about usage trends as you closed the July quarter and what assumptions you're embedding in the second half product revenue guide. I think everybody on the line has heard fairly ample evidence from Microsoft all the way down that it's a tough IT spending environment. So I'm just curious, as you set the 3Q and 4Q product revs guide, what you would call out as key variables or maybe changes in macro-related assumptions that you embedded in that guide. Thank you.
I'll just say I think the quarter showed from a booking standpoint that it's a normal environment, and we're very pleased with the deals we closed in the quarter. I don't see it any worse. It's not euphoric or anything, but it's very stable customer buying pattern we're seeing. And in terms of consumption trends, obviously we just guided our revenue right now for the quarter. We beat and we raised the full year as well too, and that's seeing the consumption trends up through this week. So we're pleased with that right now is what we're seeing.
Okay, Mike, and then just maybe a follow-up. I know that you've embedded in your guidance the assumption of some degree of runoff of the storage revenues that you just repeated earlier still represent 11% of revs. Is the expected pace of that storage runoff in this new guidance tracking similar to what you embedded 3 months ago, or is it a little bit lighter or a little bit faster?
Yeah, well, what I would say, as I said earlier, we really haven't seen any storage leave Snowflake yet, but that was always forecast to happen in the second half of this year. And we are expecting some of that is going to happen, and that is factored into our guidance.
Okay. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
Our next question is from Brent Hill with Jefferies. Your line is now open.
Thanks. Sridhar, can you give us an update on the adoption of Cortex and how you're seeing that trend? And for Mike, just on RPO, it was good to see really good sequential growth and the acceleration of RPO. But the gap between revenue and RPO continues to be one of the highest we've seen. Is there anything that's going on that we should consider there? Is this just similar, consistent patterns you've seen in the past?
I'll actually answer that first, just while it's on my mind. As we've said before, we have customers that sign long-term contracts. If they have consumed everything under their contract, they have the ability to buy monthly. We have 2 of our top 10 customers right now that can continue to buy through the end of the year, and we're seeing that. So they're in their top 10 customers, and think top 10 customers are roughly in the $50 million to $40 million range. Those aren't reflected in current RPO very much because they're just buying as they go.
Christian here, in the adoption of Cortex, I believe we have a number of product capabilities. And interrogate the data, whether it's structured or unstructured. Those 2 are in public preview. And maybe the last one that I will call out is the Snowflake Copilot. We see a lot of usage on customers getting assistance on how to write better SQL queries, which also drives consumption back into Snowflake. So all up, a strong product suite and interest and adoption across all of them.
Thanks.
We have a question from Brad Zelnick with Deutsche Bank. Your line is now open.
Great. Thanks so much for taking the question. It's really a bigger picture question for Sridhar or maybe Christian. If the world increasingly interacts with data through generative AI and LLMs, how does the role of the data warehouse, as we've known it for decades, evolve from here? And why is Snowflake well positioned to help enterprises bridge these worlds, leveraging mountains of enterprise data to build newer generation AI applications? Thanks.
I mean, first of all, Snowflake is often at the center of all of the interesting data in companies. Absolutely. We started out as a warehouse. But increasingly, we are the data backplane that provides the single unified view. Obviously, this comes from production systems, but also increasingly from multiple connectors we have to other systems, whether they are Salesforce or Segment or SAP or any of the other applications that you use. And what we are doing with additional capabilities like machine learning, like AI, is to be able to act on that data to then drive operational systems. Disney, for example, uses Snowflake to do a lot of in-park optimization. And we see a lot of people that bring supply chain data into Snowflake and then optimize within Snowflake. And obviously, there are also partners like Blue Yonder, which is a supply chain company that platform on Snowflake and then provide additional capability to their customers so that they can combine the supply chain data with other data that there is. Our bet is really that AI and machine learning are going to go where the data is. Data is going to have a strong gravity. And this is the reason why we are seeing such broad adoption. And by providing easy-to-use products with Cortex AI, for example, any analyst that knows SQL now is able to use language models. You don't need to go buy new systems, set up new things, and things like data transformation, text transformations become as simple as writing like a 2-line SQL. It is really this ease of use that makes Snowflake such an amazing platform to be able to do all these value-add applications in addition to the core analytics applications and the data sharing that people have done on Snowflake.
Thank you very much for that, Sridhar. Maybe just a quick one for you, Mike. Am I too optimistic to think that NRR can stabilize here, especially in light of all the new product that you guys are bringing online? Thank you.
As we've said before, I'm not really going to guide NRR, and I've said it will over time converge with our revenue. And clearly, we'd like to see NRR stabilize at this level, but we'll see at the end of the quarter. I'm not disappointed with our NRR. Given our revenue growth, I'm happy with it.
Makes sense. Thanks so much, guys.
Our next question is from Mike Cikos with Needham Company. Your line is now open.
Great. Thanks for taking the questions here, guys. The first one for Sridhar, and I just wanted to come back to Keith's question at the top of the Q&A. I know we're saying that there wasn't an impact on consumption in the quarter related to the muddled headlines around security, but has Snowflake noticed any change when thinking about the timeline for sales cycles or the demand gen as it relates to some of those headlines that were out there? And then the follow-up for Mike would be, when we look at the reiterated margin guidance that we have today, is there anything to think about? Or was there any delayed spend that's now expected in the back half of the year, just given Snowflake's outperformance on a year-to-date basis through the first half?
On the first one about the muddled security headlines, obviously we make sure that we bring up the topic whether we talk to an existing customer or to a new customer. We point to the security capabilities that we have had, honestly, for close to a decade, and try to ensure that all existing customers, for example, follow best practices. They're simple, like multi-factor authentication, like network policies when it comes to security. And our sales team, as well as I, whenever we have conversations with potential new customers, bring this up front and center. And part of the reason why we are slightly muted about this is these are the customers that got, the people that got breached, these are our customers, and we want to work closely with them to make sure that they get out of the difficult situation that they are in. And both existing customers and new customers appreciate that spirit of partnership in helping them get through a difficult situation. We have them talk to our CISOs, we have them talk to our security field CTOs, advise them on best practices. So roughly, I would say that there's not really been any noticeable effect or delay in things like our ability to sign up customers or sign up new customers or get existing customers to deploy new projects. We just need to be more proactive about having the security conversation, and we absolutely do that.
In your question, Mike, on whether there's any delayed spend or not having an impact, there's no delayed spend. But I will tell you is we are looking at accelerating, and it doesn't change our guidance. Our guidance is the same what it was. We are looking at potentially accelerating some of our hiring in the second half of the year, in particular for the sales force in some of the areas where we want, and that's factored into our full year guidance, which is guidance we gave last quarter.
That's great. Thank you. Appreciate the additional color.
Our next question is from Joel Fishbein with Truist. Your line is now open.
Thanks, and congrats on the good execution. Sridhar, you spoke about this hospitality customer using Iceberg. Can you give us some more color about that use case and maybe ROI? And maybe if that use case may be used as an example to attract other customers? Thanks.
Can you repeat the first sentence in your question? What customer?
You talked about a hospitality customer using Iceberg for a specific use case. I was just hoping to get a little bit more detail and color around that, and then maybe if that can be used as an example to attract other customers.
Yeah, I think the general pattern that we saw there and we see in other use case from other customers is the desire to adopt an architecture that is based on open file formats. And usually the adoption starts with a small use case, here's some incremental spend, validate interoperability between engines, and then you can go and deploy at larger scale. And I think that's the pattern that we see.
Okay, thank you.
We have a question from Patrick Caldwell with Scotiabank. Your line is now open.
All right, thank you so much for taking my question. So mine was for Sridhar. I want to ask about kind of classic data analytics and warehousing. Do you mind just commenting on the pace of migrations, new analytical workloads coming online, query pricing, competition in analytics now versus 6 months ago? Is there anything to call out there?
Yeah, in the core analytics space, we are the best in the world that there is, especially when people consider migrating from complex on-prem systems. We have a professional services team that is exceptionally skilled at it, and a very large ecosystem of partners that have been battle tested with massive migrations. We have done migrations from on-prem workloads that end up saving something like 60% of the cost the customer has to bear, and their Snowflake implementations end up being very, very efficient and low maintenance. This is an area that continues to be important for us, and we see migrations from a wide variety of legacy systems. There is also increasing interest in having AI-aided tools. We have a tool called SnowConvert that is used both by our professional services teams, but sometimes also by our customers. Especially in the world of AI, we are investing more into tools like these so that migrations can be faster. I would say these kinds of data migrations from legacy systems remain an important part of both new customer acquisition, but also driving substantial consumption increases in existing customers. Christian, you have a lot of background in this.
Yeah, so maybe the additional color is that some of these systems run the most critical processes in organizations. Typically, they're closing the books on this. So oftentimes, a big portion of the migration cycle is validation and ensuring that the results are correct. And as Sridhar said, we are constantly looking at how to create technology and ways to accelerate the process, but there are some parts of it where the validation and testing is very important to customers.
And your question, Patrick, on you specifically were talking about the cost of queries and how that has gone. We don't price on a per query because every customer's queries are different. We do a per credit pricing. You get so much compute. That has remained stable quarter over quarter. Sequentially, it actually grew year over year 1.3%. But what I can say is the price performance has gotten better quarter over quarter for customers, and that continues to be.
Yeah, and then we have been public about a Snowflake Performance Index, where we take not synthetic benchmarks, but actual customer workloads, and we measure the performance improvement over time, and that's how we give assurance to our customers that the economics are getting better on a regular basis.
Super helpful. Thank you, all three of you, answering that question. I guess I want to ask a quick follow-up. I'll leave it open to whoever wants to answer. It's about the prepared remarks saying, not factoring in benefit from new products and then only minimal benefit in fiscal 25 from Cortex and Snowpark. I think when could those hockey stick and more materially drive product revenue? Because, your previous answer was that the core is rock solid and very healthy. So what about the new stuff and when that's going to really inflect? Thank you.
The only newer product that is in the 25 guide for the full year is Snowpark, as we said at the beginning of the year. And we said that's going to be about 3% of our revenue, or $100 million, and it's tracking to that nicely. And the newer products are not factored into our guidance until we see more history. I do expect they'll have an impact this year. I don't know yet, but 2026 will have an impact.
Crystal clear. Thank you so much.
Our next question is from Michael Turrin with Wells Fargo. Your line is now open.
Hey, great. Thanks. I appreciate you taking the question. Sridhar, I want to go back to that last point and just ask your perspective. You mentioned innovation as a key focus area. So as we're thinking about those newer product efforts and you're having those initial customer conversations, particularly around Summit, what are the couple of product areas beyond Snowpark that you see the most early demand signals or just customer conversation around?
So, not only have we had customer conversations, but we've also, developed specific cadences that teams are implementing in taking new things to market. So we place a special emphasis on what we call data engineering. Iceberg is definitely a part of it, where Snowflake can be used for different kinds of computation that is distinct from the analytic workloads that we've been running. Christian talked about how a hospitality customer is running Snowflake on Iceberg tables that were not created by us. We very much focus on that. We focus on other things like streaming ingestion. So data engineering is one work stream. Definitely a big focus on AI. We have basically a war room, a top-to-bottom team from engineering to sales that is focused on how we take AI products to market. And we expect our notebooks, for example, to hit GA in a few weeks. And we will be making an effort around making sure that those get into the hands of data scientists so that they can run the most complex machine learning algorithms that they want to run on top of Snowflake. And so we have a pretty methodical approach to how we are taking new products to market, but across the gamut, whether it is AI or machine learning or more sophisticated data engineering operations, including with unstructured data or things like notebooks appealing to a very different persona, there is broad interest. It's a matter of organizing ourselves to put the right product offering in front of the right customer at the right time.
That's helpful. I also just, in summarizing a lot of the little comments on rest of your guidance, just go back to that point. We initially started the year with, I think it was around 625 basis points of potential impact contemplated from the mix of things you've talked about throughout the calls. Is that still the right zip code for us to think about? And is it fair to assume that you're leaving room for storage to come down from that 11% level in the second half, but you're not seeing that at this point? Is that the right takeaway for us?
Well, the storage, we always planned with Iceberg that that was going to be the second half of the year, and we still think there will be an impact to that, and that's factored in. But every year we look at potential headwinds associated with performance improvements and other things. We don't update that on a quarterly basis, and we're not going to try to reconcile back to that. We never have and never will.
That's fair. Thank you.
Our next question is from Tyler Radke with Citi. Your line is now open.
Yes, thanks for taking the question.
Special event coming up at the end. Big surprise for everybody who stuck with me to the end.
Cyber headlines that hit intra-quarter. I was wondering if you could just sort of talk about some of the offsets, though, to the strong consumption in tech and financial services customers that you saw. The magnitude of the beat was smaller than you saw in Q1, and I know there were some maybe positive trends in Q1 that didn't continue into Q2. But if you could just help us reconcile the magnitude of the smaller beat from Q1 to Q2, that would be great. Thank you.
Tyler, we've always said that we try to manage this business such that a 3 to 5% beat is a good beat, and we were 2.4%. Just as I don't get excited if it comes in at 5, I'm not excited if it's at 2. I just really trying to manage this business for the long term. I think what's more important is the fact the beat that or the raise that we're putting through the full year. I think speaks more to what we see in the second half of the year happening now.
Yeah, no, helpful commentary. On cash flow, it I think collections were a bit lighter. I think that could be a function of the go-to-market changes you talked about. The full year cash flow outlook was maintained. Can you just talk about the moving pieces in cash flow? Is there any impact from lower CapEx, just given some of the GPU availability you talked, and are you seeing kind of the billings terms compress more than expected?
No, the billings terms are remaining consistent. As I said, 80% of our customers are annually in advance, and actually Q2 collections were actually pretty much as we planned. Payables were a little bit higher and the timing of payables, but our Q4, remember we have a lot of seasonality in cash flow. Q1 and Q4 are always going to be our strongest free cash flow quarter. And so I'm comfortable keeping the 26% for the year right now.
Great, thank you.
We have a question from Matt Hedberg with RBC. Your line is now open.
Great, thanks, guys. Mike, for you, there was an earlier question on gross margins. It sounds like you still have some GPUs to procure in the second half, but I'm curious, now that you're kind of thinking through the impact of AI on Snowflake, confidence in sort of the medium term that gross margins have in fact bottomed and that we could start to see an upward trajectory here at some point?
So first of all, when we talk about procuring GPUs, we don't actually buy GPUs, we rent them. So I just want to clarify that. And we have a lot of demand from customers outside of our major regions in Asia and even certain areas in Europe that want us to have GPUs so they can be using some of our newer products. And unfortunately, some of the cloud vendors are just not available yet. And when I say they want the H100s, the bigger ones, you can get the smaller GPUs. And is this the bottom of margins? I'm never going to say it's the bottom because I don't know what's in the future with new products that could have an impact on the margin. I'm not talking next year, but I feel good about the 75% for the year as we've guided.
Got it. Thanks, Mike. And then, with U.S. Fed being a big quarter for you guys next quarter and sort of, I guess, some of the uncertainty on the U.S. election, have you discounted some U.S. Fed expectations for 3Q? Just kind of curious on sort of how we should think about that vertical going into next quarter.
Well, I will say our federal business is our smallest vertical. And as I said before, it's only upside for us. So there's not a lot of expectations in our numbers at all for federal. And I do expect we'll close some deals this quarter. And by the way, public sector is pretty good worldwide in what we do. But your question was on U.S. federal itself. I do expect some deals, but in terms of impact on revenue, it takes time. That won't be until the future once we close those deals. We do have FedRAMP High now. We're working on some other things as well, too. And so I do expect to close some deals this quarter in the U.S. federal space.
Got it.
Sounds like they're trying to drive the stock down on purpose.
Our next question is from Alex Zukin with Wolfe Research.
Buybacks coming in 27. They're trying to drive it down.
Yeah, hey guys, thanks for taking the question. Mike, maybe to the and Sridhar, maybe to the question you got a little bit earlier. Obviously, really great commentary on bookings growth, RPO strength, the raise, being more than double the beat, which is I think the strongest raise in a while for product revenue. But to the point, it's a little bit surprising to hear kind of technology being a strong vertical for you guys. Can you maybe talk about what you're seeing from the financial services and technology verticals that is maybe different? Is it just the macro, in those areas? Is it use cases? And maybe where it was a little bit on the other side, a little bit weaker, and kind of what you expect there.
I would say on the financial services, we just have some banks that are in the early innings of migrations. Like one of them has grown, I think, 400% year over year, and they are going to continue to grow, and that really is driving a lot of that. And on the technology side, we just have a number of other companies that are growing nicely in the tech space for us as well.
And a different consideration, which we actively work on, is the
hedge funds are dumping this stock.
Like the size and quality of the teams that we put to play in the different areas. We have among the best teams in financial services. That's where we were strong to begin with. And we are early pioneers of things like data sharing, where that positive momentum fed on itself. There are other areas like the federal business, for example, where we are still building out a crack team, and that's driving growth. In as much as one likes to think that, it's the macroeconomic differences between sectors, what we can do often ends up influencing how robust the growth is.
Got it. And then maybe just one more. If you think about the competitive landscape, that's kind of been a little bit of a charged topic this year, particularly for investors. What are maybe some of the major misconceptions or misunderstandings that you would say are out there, and how or any changes you observed in the competitive landscape over the course of the quarter or even the first half of the year or from a pipeline perspective?
I'll start. Christian and Mike should add on. I think, I've spent a lot of time on the road. Just this quarter, I've met with over 100 of our biggest customers one-on-one. And the thing that really stands out from like an analytic capability, core data capability, data sharing, is that we are bar none. We are the best platform that there is, and our customers absolutely recognize that. And we see more and more of their data workloads move over to Snowflake. That doesn't make the process easy. A migration of a large complex system that's managing the books of a bank so that they can close it every month is nothing to sneeze at. It's a multi-quarter project that has to be done exceptionally carefully. So one thing, that I wouldn't call it a misconception, but the one thing that I would reinforce is the strength that we have in our core capabilities. When it comes to newer things like AI, we've been open about the fact that we were a little behind early last year in terms of how much we were invested in it and the kind of products that it's a rapidly moving field, and the kind of products that we could deploy. But even before my coming, the management team here recognized the opportunity, invested heavily in it, and things like the Neeva acquisition through which I came were an accelerant to things that were already in place at Snowflake. And I would say the change over the previous quarter is that we can tell our customers, we can tell you with confidence that our AI products are world-class, and honestly, that we are much more reliable than building products off of APIs that you can get elsewhere, because we pay a lot of meticulous attention to how we craft products. And it's that combination of reliability and ease of use that we are turning into a major strength for us in AI as well.
Yeah, one quick last comment on top of what Sridhar said. Our product philosophy on ease of use, smart defaults, how do you make things work easily out of the box, we hear competitively is a strong advantage for us across areas, for analytics, for data engineering, and for AI, and we'll continue to invest with that philosophy in mind.
I promise. Last comment on this, to talk about something very concrete that comes with the Snowflake platform, especially after the incidents of the summer, like CrowdStrike. One of the hot topics has been how we set up replication with Snowflake. This is now a battle-tested operation, and most customers are shocked to find out that you can run a full replica of an important deployment that's something like 15% the cost of the original deployment because the replica is just, is basically keeping up. It's not running any of the workloads that are going on in the main one. It's features like that that continue to drive our strength in the core.
Some buying coming in.
Super helpful. Thank you.
This is being driven down on purpose.
We are out of time for questions, so thank you all for your participation. You may now disconnect your line.
Okay, there is the end of Snowflake. A very disappointing evening for investors of Snowflake. Absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if we now see a buyback in the after hours. Remember, the stock trades 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. If you can access that on Robinhood. But I'm going to be watching this overnight and updating information. Yep, it's running up now. It's running up now. I'm starting to see it moving up. This will be interesting. This could be this to me sounded like they were trying to talk about buyback. So we're going to buy back in 27, and income's not going to be there for another couple of years. In other words, you're parking your money. I think it's massively oversold, massively undervalued right now. If you look at the forward-going figures and the growth, I think this is being manipulated. I think insiders are dumping it to buy it back. But anyway, that's my initial thoughts. I'm going to look at the numbers overnight. But what we're going to do now is we have a special event that's been requested, which we're going to do now. So all of those that stuck to the end got a special event. You may know I was voted as the world piano man by Sir Elton John, and I've toured all over the world on my own Vegas show. I've had a West End show. Billy Joel is in the news right now talking about what the meaning behind Piano Man is. Is there any special meaning to it? It's trending on the news. So I've been asked to make a special recording. So I'm going to do that right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this studio into a red piano bar right now. So I'm going to do this, go over to here and do this, and this. We're going to pump some smoke out. Okay, we're going to change this over to here. And I'm going to welcome you all now into my piano bar. Okay, we're going to record a special recording of the Piano Man, and you can be on this. This will go to Billy Joel, and I've got his email, direct email, and this will be sent to him. And if you want to be in the making of this video, you can be in the chat, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the chat on the screen like this. You can be in the chat. And everything else. So we're going to do it live on my music channel right now. So I'm going to end this broadcast, and if you're interested, it'll take you directly to the live broadcast. So it's a special. This is a special event. No one knew this was going to happen. It's just been decided now. So there it is. At the moment I end this stream, it'll take you automatically into the Piano Man studio. So let me turn the camera around. We're going to get ready with this image here. So we're about to start. There you go. We're in the Piano Man studio. So let me end this broadcast. I'll see you live there in a couple of seconds' time. If you want to join me, I'll give. This is the event. How it is on YouTube right now in the music channel. All right. The studio is about to get very smoky and very, very crazy. So let me give everyone the link. If you want to join me for this special Billy Joel special, you can all be involved. Have your name on the screen, have your comments on the screen. There is the link. It'll automatically take you there. Look out for my special snow videos later on. They'll be coming out later. But now we're going to go over to the music studio for a Piano Man special at the making and recording of Piano Man. So if you're interested, it's going to end on the extra channel, and it's going to end here on this channel. So I'll see you right there now. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you back on the music channel right now. See you back in the morning for more information on Snow and another earnings in the morning. Don't go away.